Hi, my name is Holly and today I wanted to be doing a little baking video. I saw on Pinterest this recipe for gin and tonic cupcakes and I am a massive gin and tonic fan. Well, actually gin and lemonade, but we'll get to that later. So today I thought I would try the recipe, document it, take you guys along with me. I will make sure to link the recipe below so you can follow along and try it if you want to. So these are the ingredients that you will need to start with for the cupcakes, and as you can see here, this is my ingredients all laid out. So the first step is to preheat your oven to 180 degrees centigrade. And here I'm just showing you that I've weighed out my butter, 150 grams of it. Now I'm just pouring out my sugar as well, measuring that. Then I'm just pouring the sugar onto the butter and I'll begin trying to cream it now. And yes, definitely I should have cut up my butter into smaller pieces, but alas, I am a fool. This is what the butter and sugar will look like completely creamed together. Now I'm just measuring out the flour. And I'm making sure just to get rid of any excess so that it is exactly 200 grams. Next I'm adding in the eggs and the flour bit by bit to the blended butter and sugar. Yeah, and I've added a little tip along the bottom, but I just think it's really important to do it bit by bit rather than like you see on the tasty videos where they just pour in all the ingredients and just kind of whack it around a bowl. That just makes loads of mess, it's not efficient. It's just best to do it little piece by piece. So this is what the mixture should look like once it's all beaten together. And now I'm adding in my 3 tablespoons of gin and 3 tablespoons of lemonade. Oh, I also said that I would explain later about the lemonade, but there's really not anything to explain. I just don't like tonic, so I put lemonade in instead. Also, I just found it really difficult to hold the 2-litre bottle, hence why I spilled it everywhere. Now just mixing together the gin and the lemonade with the mixture. And this is how creamy it should look before you start separating off the mixture into the cupcakes. Next, just using 2 tablespoons to transfer the mixture into the cupcake cases. Now place the cupcakes in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. Once you take them out the oven, make sure to pierce them with a sharp stick or knife and make sure that that item comes out clean so you know that it's cooked all the way through. Now the cupcakes are done, here are the ingredients for the glaze to go on top. To start the glaze, I'm measuring out my 50 grams of sugar. And I'm pouring the sugar into my pan, ready to go on the stove. Now I'm just grabbing my gin to add 3 tablespoons to the sugar, and I'll be grabbing my lemonade for another 3 tablespoons of that to add as well. I then put that on a medium heat just for 1 minute while I waited for the sugar to dissolve. I then grabbed my pastry brush, dipped that into the glaze and brushed that over each of the cupcakes. And here are the ingredients for the buttercream, which we'll be doing next. And I start off by grabbing my icing sugar and measuring out 375 grams. Once I've measured my butter, I'm cutting it up into little chunks to add it into the icing sugar. Like I said earlier, when you're creaming together butter and sugar, it's just so much easier if your butter is cut into little chunks. It usually takes a little while to manage to cream together the butter and sugar successfully, so here it is in stages, still looking a little bit bitty. And I accidentally forgot to film myself adding the gin and the lemonade, which we do add to the buttercream, and here it is all creamy and ready to be put into a piping bag. Here I'm just piping on the buttercream to each of the cupcakes. I realise now that I used a bit too small of a nozzle, so it didn't come out looking exactly as I liked. So I just try different patterns throughout the video, but it's not the best. I'm not a pro piper, but I tried my best. And here is one of the finished cupcakes. As always, thank you so much for watching.